Coming up on the Roadrunner Review, the basketball playoffs are finally upon us, and find out which team is going dancing. The softball team continues to cruise in conference play, and two of our very own Roadrunners capture some very prestigious awards. All this and more coming up on the Roadrunner Review. Hello out there in TV land, I'm Eric Lansing and you're watching the Roadrunner Review, a magazine show that features Metro State sports and their highlights over the past month. We're coming to the end of our winter sports seasons, which means playoff time, so let's get right down to it. The men's basketball team finished second behind the Colorado School of Mines in the final standings of the East Division. That put them in the 2-3 matchup against the University of Colorado in Colorado Springs in the first round of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Tournament. This one was never close as Metro State shot 55% from the floor, sending the Mountain Lions home after an 85-62 beatdown at the Auraria Event Center. 5 runners hit double-digit point totals, including a season-high 12 points from sophomore Glenn Miller. Then it was on to Pueblo for the RMAC shootout, where Metro defeated CSU Pueblo in a rematch of the 2009 RMAC semifinals. Metro built a 17-point lead in the second half and withstood a late rally by the Thunderwolves to take the 70-61 victory. Dante Nicholas led the way with 19 points, hitting 9 of 12 from the line. The win sends the runners to the RMAC championship game against the Cowboys of New Mexico Highlands University. The Cowboys' offensive prowess gave Metro's defense fits, building a 19-point lead into the second half. But the runners were cool as cucumbers, soaring all the way back to take a 1-point lead with 45 seconds left. Metro hit key free throws down the stretch, and Metro State wins their 9th conference tournament championship and 2nd title in a row. Reggie Evans, Dante Nicholas, and Jonathan Morris earned all tournament team honors, while Nicholas was named the tournament's most valuable player.
Just couldn't be prouder of this team. You know, the composure, the wherewithal, just to hang in there and stay with it. You know, it was a battle. You know, Mexico Highlands is a heck of a team. They came out with gangbusters, and you know, we withstood it and pushed forward at the very end.
The RMAC championship punched the Roadrunners' ticket to the NCAA tournament. Metro State earned a 5 seed in the Central Region and ventured north to Mankato, Minnesota to take on the Huskies of St.Cloud State. The game took place in Breslin Arena, where Metro was playing in the NCAA tourney for the 12th time in 13 years, the most of any Division II team during that span. Junior A.J. Flournoy sparked the offense in the first half, dropping in 11 of his 16 points in the first frame. Flournoy wide open for the long ball. Metro stayed up 24-22. The Huskies were paced by the Northern Suns Player of the Year, Matt Schneck, who scored 22 in the game. Nicholas had to watch a lot of the first half on the bench in foul trouble, and St. Cloud State takes advantage, building an 8-point lead with 25 seconds to go. But Flournoy knocks down the tray right as the buzzer sounds, and Metro goes into the half down 35-30. Out of the break, the Huskies mount a 12-5 run to take a 47-35 lead. Taylor Witt pops one in from the perimeter, and Metro in trouble of getting blown out of the building. But have no fear, our runners climb all the way back. Nicholas hits one from the top, Evans nails back-to-back threes, and Minor connects from beyond the arc. Metro within 2 with 22 seconds left in the game. After the Huskies hit 1 of 2 from the line, Nicholas tips in the miss. Metro down by 1 with 4 ticks on the clock. Now down 3 after 2 Husky free throws, Nicholas inbounds to Minor, but Nate Phillips robs the senior for the layup, and the Roadrunners fall in the first round by a score of 82-77. Coach Brandon Hayes disappointed, but he can't find fault in a season where 6 seniors departed from the team only a season ago.
We started the season with 10 new players, 4 returners. Of those 4 returners, 2 played significant minutes. You know, on my left, we got Brian Minor, our senior, and he's just been a champion all year long, shepherding the new guys, bringing them along, and I'm just very proud of him. You know, big-time effort tonight. I don't think he came out of the game one time. You know, and he's been setting the tone for us all year long, in practices, in the games, defensively. You know, it's unfortunate that we didn't get the win tonight. I think they played well enough to get the win. St. Cloud's a great team. They showed a lot of poise, a lot of character out there. They knocked down some big shots. You know, I'm just proud of our guys with the way they just continued to fight, never gave up. Never gave up until that final horn went off.
We congratulate the men's basketball team for their successful and exciting season. The team loses only 1 senior in Brian Minor and return a ton of talent in Nicholas, Evans, and Morris. Now it's time for our first break, so drop that remote. We're coming right back. The Roadrunner Review is brought to you by its proud sponsors. Please visit Qdoba's downtown location at 15th and Market to try some warm 3-cheese queso, tortilla soup, or burritos you can't find anywhere else. And Panorama Orthopedics and Spine Center. From sports injuries to spine injuries to total joints for arthritis, they are in your neighborhood caring for your injuries, located at 3 convenient locations: Golden, Littleton, and Thornton. Welcome back to the show. Our women's basketball team finished off the regular season with 4 straight wins to grab the number 3 seed in the East Division of the RMAC playoffs. That meant they would be paired up with the Colorado School of Mines for the 3rd time this season. So while the Runners' 4 straight wins are impressive, the Orediggers are coming in just a bit hotter, having won their last 8 contests. Metro had offensive problems in the first half, shooting 21% from the floor, scoring a mere 18 points. Mines builds a 10-point lead heading into the break, and the lead got to as high as 13. The Runners battled back. Emily Wood with the left-hand layup, then Sands bobs and weaves through the defense with the floater. Then Sands again as she goes over and through Emily Dalton for the deuce. Metro never held the lead in the game until Jasmine Cervantes puts them ahead 49-48 with exactly 1 minute on the clock. Then on the next possession, Kristen Valencia taps the ball away from Stephanie Fogel, and Wood picks up the loose ball, races down the court, and is fouled. Wood drains both free throws, and Metro takes a 51-48 lead. Fogel then misses the layup, and Candace Cohn comes down with the board, and Metro pulls off the shocker, defeating the Orediggers 55-51.
Well, I think obviously we started off really slow. We could not get anything going offensively. Defensively, we weren't clicking on all cylinders either. But we started with about 7 minutes left in the first half actually fighting and playing defense and starting to get our offense going. And, that continued, and we just had to be patient. It was slowly but surely, we kept telling them, hey, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Our offense is going to come, keep getting stops in the defensive end, and that's what happened. And we were able to, take the lead with not very much time left and then go ahead and hit free throws down the stretch and keep the lead.
The win sends our runners to Pueblo for the RMAC shootout for a semifinal matchup against nationally ranked Fort Lewis. The Skyhawks came in with a 29-2 record and an 18-1 record in the conference. Their lone loss in the RMAC? You guessed it, our very own Roadrunners, as they defeated FLC in the first conference game of the year. Could they pull off the upset again? Things look good to start. The Runners jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Candace Cohn with the spin and the layup, but the Skyhawks took control and reeled off a 30-8 run. First Roselle with the putback and Katie Mackey with the tray. Fort Lewis holding a 30-14 lead into the break. Into the second half, a surprise offensive threat came storming out for Metro State. Emily Wood scores 13 points in the first 5 minutes. Then Kristen Valencia with the jumper, Metro within 7. But that would be as close as they would get as Fort Lewis moves on to the finals by a final score of 60-46. Head coach Linda Lappy says you have to put together a full 40-minute game to defeat the caliber of a team like Fort Lewis.
Well, for us, it was a tale of two halves. We played not our greatest basketball the first half. And we are a second half team for the most part, and I thought in the second half we really came out strong. We had a lot of confidence after the first few minutes. We just didn't have enough to sustain it throughout the second half. I thought our kids played with a tremendous amount of heart. Defensively, Fort Lewis averages 79 points a game. To hold them to 60, that was our goal, 60 or under. And I thought we did that. We just had trouble with our shots falling.
And so ends the season for our women's basketball team. It was definitely a roller coaster campaign for the squad, but they played extremely well down the stretch to earn a spot in the conference playoffs while finding a way to advance all the way to the semifinals. Still to come on the show, our softball team is having its best season to date, and the baseball team set some pretty significant records this past month. We'll tell you which one's next on the Roadrunner Review.